What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say 48 of my Total Warhammer 3 Ikit Claw Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, with the death of the Empire, or the Cult of Sigmar portion of the Empire, we are now only focused on the Dwarfs of Ironbrow's expedition, as well as Talaqua down south. In fact, if possible, I would actually like to peace out with Talaqua while we deal with these dwarfs, because obviously they are going to spawn a bunch more armies, and that's going to be problematic. We'll try to maybe pay Talaqua for it. I'd rather not waste too much money right now, because we do need it, well, we'll see what we can manage. In addition to that, we do have the enemy moving towards us via the Knights of Caledor. Why the Knights of Caledor? The Knights of Caledor have taken Bone Gulch and the Ash Ridge Mountains. I do imagine they'll probably get Fortress of Vorag as well. Not that we care about these territories right now, mind you. And Queek is coming back up to hopefully defend Sump Pit here. We could probably move him forward as well a little bit and just continue recruiting in Spite Peak, so let's say right here. And I'll put Slicin in his army as well. Alrighty, and we also do have to figure out what exactly we want in his army. Let's get a few clan rats right now, just because they're super cheap and storm vermin are obnoxiously expensive, although Queek can get them reasonably cheap as well. Too bad we don't have access to the dominating scheme yet. And the 13th scheme, I mean, we want it up at the same time as, well, I mean, I suppose if we use it right now. Okay, wait, let me think about this. First of all, let's deal with Queek, and then we'll deal with the rest. At least the recruitment cost on the Storm Vermin is basically the same as their upkeep cost. Which is pretty decent. Now we have plenty of catapults here. Yeah, let's get a few more clan rats. I think more with spears as well, and just to be able to hold the line a little bit longer. Like so, and then we'll expect the Storm Vermin to actually dish out the damage. We'll probably get a few more Storm Vermin in here, maybe a few range units. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want Queek to have mostly overwhelming infantry numbers. I'm almost tempted to get a couple of Death Runners just to be able to hit some enemies in the back, even though that's a little bit too Eshin, but I suppose they can be hired. Well, we'll see. We'll see next turn, because right now Queek has to recruit. He is getting another chieftain in this army as well, and we may just go for a 4th chieftain, and then that'll be fine. Okay, well, that's Queek. Next up, we have this situation here. Crest. Is Shife able to auto-resolve him? We could do some points. You know what? He's in March stance. I think this should hopefully be auto-resolvable. And okay, nobody looks like they're gonna die, so I'll resolve that. Probably gonna be some damage to us, but I don't think anybody's in range, or not that I saw at least. We could heal up just in case, but at 7% it doesn't feel all that worth it. You know what, take the money. We're gonna need all the money we can get right now. And ally mission successful. Oh, and we're in our own territory as well. Beautiful. Now we could go into March stance, but I think we'll stay in our current stance just in case there's something that's invisible. We should also double check allied missions while we're here. Oh, there's no new ones. Okay, well then. Oh well. Now, Talaqua, what do you want for peace? -6, eh? 22k. Okay, that's a little bit steep. And we're probably not going to join your war against any of these factions. You'd do it for a fight against the Sentinels, but, well, we're a little bit too busy to fight them right now. Alrighty, it looks like they want us to attack Talaqua then. Well, I suppose we can certainly do that. I wonder how far this army could move, actually. I'm kind of tempted to actually put you into March stance after all, and just to get a little bit closer to Talaqua. Since we can't go into channeling stance, not that you actually need channeling stance, mind you. Yeah, you know what, just go into March stance. I think we'll be fine. There we oh wow, we actually were healing more in Antok than we are in the Plain of Tuskers. Interesting. Also, let's upgrade that, or upgrade it back up to where it should be. And there we go, we also have a tech up and running now, and we're gonna get Can't Blame Their Tools just for when we start the endgame crisis. How's our food looking? 80%. It's about to go green and then back down below green once again, because we are going to take Erengrad shortly. We do have another little army right here. Sundrim Brinbright. Attack you. with Morphific, and Morphific can continue probably moving north. Hey, and it's an ambush as well. Nice. Let us auto-resolve this, I think. There's nobody that's an enemy nearby unless Khemri attacks us, and I guess we'll just hope that they don't. And since we're beside our own territory, I think we can... 700 money? Yeah, it's money. Take the money. And there we go, now we're green food, at least temporarily. Then Morphific, oh, you can actually go into Galbaraz and heal yourself. Beautiful, you'll be at full HP next turn then. Alright, well, I'm glad we didn't waste our time healing. Now, who else needs to do things? Corporal, you. We could move you. I wonder how quickly these guys will spawn. Maybe we just have Corporal sack Carrick Zorn? I'm very wary of suddenly getting attacked by 2 stacks of wood elves, though, which is kind of what's making me not want to bother going over there. Maybe we just use Corporal to try to defend Kasabar, because yeah, it makes me too nervous. Because what if we get stuck out here, we fight like a dwarf stack, get badly damaged, and both of them attack us in the field. This is why it would be a good idea, I think, to peace out with Talakwa, at least temporarily, and then go after them afterwards. Well, we'll see. Also, just to double check, Plain of Tuskers, you do have units there. Okay, so Ludwig can't take you. Nice, nice. Ikit, you're up next, buddy. You need to go to, let's say, here to Quinnell. And then we'll put you into... Actually, we'll put you into channeling stance. I was about to say we'll put you into a raiding stance to annoy the orcs here before they spawn. Nah. You're going to attack Erengrad, but we'll do that after, because if it takes us back down to yellow, we'll lose our construction cost reduction, and we don't necessarily want that. Charge Lock, that's you then. Who else can move right now? Cyprus. You're going to continue moving up north, although I'm a little bit concerned. There were some comments a couple of episodes ago saying that minor factions do also respawn. And that is not so good if that is in fact the case. It does make sense, but I might not also be all the minor factions. And just recalling my Vlad campaign, Musion does respawn, even though they... Well, I mean, they do have a legendary lord, but they don't. They don't have a playable legendary lord, I should say. Let's go with that. So if the minor factions respawn, I'm just trying to figure out where the minor factions are here. I don't know that if there are any Orky minor factions here. There's a bunch of dwarven ones, though. Carrick Hearn, Carrick Norn, Carrick Ziflin, I want to say. There probably is some others. I wonder if there's an Orky faction that spawns around here somewhere or not. And then, is there any other dwarven factions that was fun? Obviously, Karazakarak here, Ekrund is the orcs. Oh, Karakazul is another dwarven faction. Well, I guess Queek is right here to fight them if they do spawn as well. But yeah, obviously, I haven't been preparing for minor factions, which is what has me concerned now. Because we don't have the armies for this. In fact, that makes me think maybe once Metabol is done recruiting, we send him south, maybe to deal with Ziflin or Norn. And then maybe Cyprus to deal with Carrick Hearn. He has to stop and swap some units with Metabol anyway. I don't know whether we can manage to do that in 3 turns. Or 5 turns, rather. I suppose once Ikit destroys the orcs at Massive Orcal, he could go up to Ziflin and take it himself. Or we could spawn another army here to deal with all of this. We could recruit some stuff here. There's a Pestilent Knave at Paravant. And, oh, there is a Storm Vermin and Clan Rat location at Carrick Asgaraz, or Carrick Norn. So we could also recruit a decent amount of stuff there. So maybe we send another army to Ziflin. But honestly, if it's like 4 stacks, neither Cyprus nor Metabol would be able to handle those, because both of those armies are too weak and not really designed for it. Quite problematic. Anyway, Mutin, you, my friend, are ready to go, so you need to start heading to Ekrund. We weren't going to replace you. Do you need Root Marcher? Yes, you do. And you definitely need Warp Lightning X2, probably Musk of Fear. And I'm not sure between Death Frenzy and Inspiring Presence. We're probably going to save every point we need for Warp Lightning, because when you're defending a wall, Warp Lightning is just too valuable. And yeah, Death Frenzy is pretty great, especially if we put him on Storm Vermin and stuff. But You have 20 spell, or 20 Winds of Magic reserve, which just ain't enough. We can also start to moving you out to via channeling, but let's see. We have 5 turns left. We go here. 1, 2, let's say 3, 4 jump, 5. Yeah, we could probably make it. You know what, let's go for 1 turn of March Stance just to make sure. And then we'll see. Go March Stance, buddy. Yeah, I'm concerned that several of our lords don't have the mana to cast stuff. I kinda don't like that. Mutant, you're kind of in the same situation, and the Xerxil defense is probably gonna be one of the toughest ones, because it's a minor settlement and it'll be against a massive amount of Dwarfen units. Assuming that they spawn here rather than at Karak-Azor. But at least Karak-Azor can somewhat defend itself, though. It remains to be seen against how many stacks. Anyway, you know what? Let's get you 2 more Plague Claw catapults. And you know what? 1 more Plague Claw catapult, and then 2 more Warplock Jezzails. I'm now thinking that we're gonna need the Warplock Jezzails to fight enemy artillery. Like, yes, these guys are also gonna be fighting enemy artillery, but the Jezzails can be spawned outside. Oh, they don't have Vanguard deploy. Wait, yeah, they don't have Vanguard deployment. It would be nice for a sniper unit. And I assume we have all the upgrades. I'm pretty sure that we do. Yeah, they have stock, which is what makes me think that they would be good for fighting enemy artillery pieces, but I don't know, it really depends on where the artillery pieces are spawned. Well, either way, this is what we're going with, and we're gonna put Bilefitch in this army as well, and then we're gonna put ourselves into position. Alright, well, it is what it is. Actually, I also want to get a few more Warlock Engineers. We need more research ability. So that means we need more tech stealing. Is there a nearby research place? Okay, there's one at Karak-Azgal, so we could do one at Misty Mountain. There's one at Crooked Fang Fort, so we can get one at Spike Peak then. Oh, we don't have any more Warlock Engineers. Oh well, that's a crying shame. Okay, ooh, also, Queek, yes, you are going to need casters. Scalpite and Ronan get over there, but you're not going to be able to make it to Queek before he needs to be there, so maybe we'll get him a temporary Eshin Sorcerer, just to have some, but it'll start at level 1. It's basically nothing then. Yeah, not gonna get too much value out of that. Alright, well then, Queek, just keep doing what you're doing. I know, a little bit of an admin-heavy episode to start off with, but as we get nearer and nearer to the crisis, and this is liable to happen. Now, Plague Roke and Arcstorm, you guys need to steal stuff. You can move to Fort Straghoff. And you, Arcstorm, can move to Zoishank. Failure? Oh, come on now. What about you? Double fail, for the love of... Well, I did say we need more tech stealies, and of course we definitely do, especially when these guys are failing. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have popped the 13th scheme right. Huh, why does it say 0? Number of available rights 0, but this right seems available. And this will increase our hero action chance for the next few turns for a little bit more tech stealing, but perhaps more importantly, it'll give us a little bit of relations with more Skaven. We are now able to confederate Clan Ferric, but it's at minus 25. And I feel like maybe we'll want to do this before. Alright, wait, let me think about how we want to go about this. And you know what, let's move everybody else first. Maybe we'll fight first. Wait, are you at war with Castalton? You are not at war with Castalton. But we're about to destroy Castalton. But if we force you to be at war with him, we might increase our relationship with you by killing him in the next turn. Well, that's another question. Is it worth our time, basically? Will that weaken this faction? Probably not. It will strengthen ours, potentially, though. I wonder how much it would cost. Join war against Castalton, the Great Orthodoxy, bounce offer, 3.5k. It's not too bad. We might be... Oh wait, he's fighting the slaves of Zara, right? We might be able to force him to join a fight against Grimgor. We're not currently fighting Grimgor, but it's inevitable that we will be anyway, so there's no real point. Oh, we don't actually know Grimgor. Okay, so who's fighting Grimgor? Usually it would be these guys. Kath, you're not fighting Grimgor. Okay, you're fighting Grimgor. So what if we ask the northern provinces to join war against Grimgor, because I'm not entirely sure who else would be fighting him right now.
I must inform
We will join the war against Grimgor, which kind of weakens our faction, but this may still be a good thing. Then we'll do this.
a boon to the defense effort.
They do not pose a real threat to you. Swell. Then what we will do is, first of all, I guess we'll pop this right. On turn, lords have a chance to gain 2 loyalty, sure. You know what, that's actually quite helpful right now, as we've been having a few loyalty problems. Alright, just gotta prepare. Then, you... It's minus 25, we will ask you, we will say we'll join the war against the slaves of Zara, which is also inevitable. But you will join the war against Grimgor, which you don't like. Minus 14, ooh, that's pretty steep. Oh, but we can do the military alliance and pay 5.3k, that's not too bad. What if we also ask you to join war against the Great Orthodoxy and pay 8k? You know what, that's pretty okay. I mean, it's a little bit steep and I would have preferred not to have to pay this money right now, but it might be worth our time. Let's go. Alright, there we go. Now we're in a military alliance, and now we're down to minus 21, so there's definitely weaker, but they'll get even weaker next turn, or at least they'll get more likely next turn, as our relationship will continue moving up. We're trending towards 192, so I think it is inevitable that we're able to confederate them. Not so much that I care about Bok the Lethal in particular, mind you, but I do want his territory. Now, Throt, you no longer have a plague, which means you can start moving forward. I do wonder how far Tsarina Katrin can move when she's in March stance. You know what, let's take you out of Hell Pit. How much do you heal here outside of the settlement? Still pretty okay. Let's put you into ambush stance and put you right out here. To heal, but also able to move towards Prague and Fort Ostrowsk. Oh, I'm so glad that Throt is going to be able to come in. Honestly, once we finished up with these guys, we should be able to move Throt down here to start dealing with Grimgor, or down here to deal with whoever. Yeah. Okay, now, Bok the Harmless, you're powered up by the 13th scheme, so try to assault that garrison. Maybe you'll actually do something for once. I just jinxed it, didn't I? Nope, apparently not. Alrighty, 13th scheme, finally. Oh, it makes Bok not so worthless, or at least this Bok. Alrighty, and I believe with that, unless I'm forgetting something, Ratmek, well, I guess you can keep moving towards Nagaron. Go down here, buddy. I mean, I guess we don't know Nagaron, but I doubt that they'll be sailing to us anytime soon, though we do own territory up here. Though, on the other hand, we'll see them coming because they have to sail past all this, so yeah, fine. And plus, Chaos is fighting the Dark Elves. Upside the Experimenter, you are still out at sea, so you're where you're supposed to be. Plague Rolk, you may want to actually go into ambush right here. 60%, 55%, it's not much better. Yeah, it's all 60%. Just go here. We'll see. Maybe we can draw this little Orky army into battle. I mean, we could attack Karazakarak, rather. I just don't see us winning this. Not without artillery. And we can't get artillery right now in this army because everything's plagued up. Ugh. Yeah, maybe beneficial to get another lord. Ooh, speaking of other lords. Wait, not Corporal. Corporal, you stay there. What's going on here? You know what? Mechanagear. We don't really need you. We could try to move Scalpite in to annoy Mina Duale here. I'd like to do buildings. You know what? Let's do build... the thing is, we have to do buildings before we fight at... oh, look, it's Kazrak. We have to do buildings before we fight... at Erengrad. Collect income here. Yes, we definitely need all the income we can get. Kemperbads start leveling up to the next level. I do wish we hadn't spent so much money on diplomacy, but it was necessary, clearly. Icetooth Mountains, Alter the Crimson Harvest. Yeah, go for growth, I guess, since we can't build walls. Middenland. Alright, more good stuff. Wizard Caliph's Palace. Yeah, we're clearly gonna need the walls all over these places. I'm also kind of tempted to perhaps peace out, well, not peace out, but maybe finally make that alliance with the Court of Libaras, just temporarily. Maybe like a trade agreement or something. We'll see. I want to double check diplomacy there. Mostly because we don't want them to come back and annoy us. Carrick Hearn, if you are going to get attacked, well, you're going to need walls here. In fact, Zorn is at tier 4, yeah, Hearn really needs the upgrade. And you have to get your generator and your Taskmaster's platform, I guess. Norn can defend itself. Is Zint a Dwarfen faction or not? I know that Ziflin is. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Next up, Cracked Land, the Pools of Despair, and El Calabad. Which is more likely to get attacked by something? El Calabad's pretty far. But it can go to the next tier. Ooh, watch this little army try to go after Pools of Despair. That's possible, and could be very annoying. Oh well, just keep building for now. Baston, yes to the generator, yes to the scrap heap. We're gonna get more money after taking the, where's this Black Crag? Ooh, yeah, we're gonna need to defend you, that's for sure. We're gonna get more money after sacking Erengrad. I think we can skip the Vulture Mountain up. No, it's a tier 4 upgrade, damn it, fine. And I believe that's all we can afford for now. Well, wait, actually, Al Haik, you can get your salt and your rubbish pit. Well, actually, no, you don't need a rubbish pit. So you can hold off on that right now until you can get your generator and stuff. Alrighty, fine. Now, I know you can't help, but I'd really rather delete you so that you don't cost us extra money over the end turn. Also, this is kind of going to be a waste of time, so let's do Erengrad first. I think I've talked long enough, there's been enough admin. Let's have you charge lock. Attack this, you are in range, and it'll give us 37,000 gold to play around with. Hopefully we don't go back down to yellow and can stay in green, but I guess we shall see. Is there any upgrades that you need? Ooh, you know, charge lock, we might want to get you a lightning strike. If we're about to be facing off against like 50 armies. Maybe not here, but we can send you south to deal with some. And then again, you'll probably level after this battle, so it's not super critical right now. You have Blastmaster and Engineering skill. You don't have Arcane Conduit, though. Ooh. You know what, let's get you 1 point in Mentor. Skaven saves Clan Rats, Storm Vermin, Death Runners, Eshin Triads, Wolf Rats, yada yada. Nah, Warp Smart's the only one that's really needed here. Now, you know what, let's get 1 point in Mentor. Just so that some of the XP is shared, and let's move towards Lightning Strike. I feel like we're gonna need it, possibly. Now, next up, you, Mickey, let's get you... I guess Thick-Skinned... Ooh, Mentor, definitely. Mentor and Thick-Skinned and Trixie and Indomitable. And then the same thing for Minnie. Mentor, Trixie, Thick-Skinned, Indomitable. Why do you have an extra point? Wait, did I not get it? Huh. Oh, you're slightly different levels. How did that happen? Indomitable. I thought they were the same level. At least they were for a while there. Now you, increase mobility. Ooh, wait, no. While I would love increased mobility, now that you're in this army, you should probably try to get ballistics calibration immediately. So let's get you standardized firing drill. Let's move through triangulation first, then through arms dealer. There's that ballistics calibration. Then you're a doom rocket. Or the ballistics instructor. Nah, the ballistics instructor is more valuable. Damn it. Alright, let's do that again. Ballistics calibration, then ballistics instructor. And we'll get the Doom Rocket and stuff afterwards, and move on to extra powder. Alrighty, that might help with the siege here. And that's it. Here we go. Alright, Pyrrhic Victory. Well, looks like we have to manually fight this. I guess we'll have to make this a cinematic siege, but also it is going to be the last battle for this Great Orthodoxy faction, so they might as well get a nice send-off. Alrighty, now I don't imagine this one is going to be too difficult at all here, especially as we have a massive range superiority. Call this a little bit of a preview, as in this particular battle, the Plague Mortars are gonna have to be the ones to shine. They're gonna be stars of the show. And that's also going to be the case for many a battle upcoming when the end comes, or when the endgame scenario comes, as obviously we have built a decent amount of mortars specifically to deal with piles of units, specifically dwarven units, I should say. Anyway, obviously we're going to open up the battle by knocking down both of those towers, which are already down, and then that wooden little gate is next. Honestly, that gate doesn't look like it should be able to stand up to a single shot from a warp lightning cannon, much less dozens, but sure game, sure. Now the warp lightning cannons are of course going to switch to targeting the walls and the occasional unit, while the mortars continue their bombardment. Honestly, this battle is going to be pretty much all bombardment. No, maybe we'll do a little bit of something with the chieftains or with the wheels. And there we go, down goes the wall and down goes everybody standing on top of it. And that unit is very badly beat up after that. Mortars still have lots and lots of work to do though. I'm glad that we were able to get this Warlock Engineer into this particular army though. It was quite a long time without one, and only the Warlock Master. Quite a few units here do benefit from having that Warlock Engineer in here. And let's see about these shots. Looks like these volleys are going to miss. Oh, that one didn't though. Alrighty, well, when the enemy moves around like this, the accuracy isn't all that great, but I feel like it'll still be very good against the dwarfs when we're fighting against them. A, because the dwarfs will be attacking us and moving forward, and B, because they're considerably slower. Oh, it also knocks units off the walls, too, because of the splash damage. It's quite nice. Alrighty, well, keep working mortars. They're having a little bit of a difficult time with the gatehouse here, unfortunately, and the remnants of that tower, as they do seem to block a decent amount of those poison wind globes. I wonder how the poison wind mortar globes differ from the poison wind globadier globes. Are they just really much thicker so that they don't get exploded when the mortar launches them? Alrighty, well, keep going. Let's see what the balance of power is looking like. The enemy has lost about 300 units at this point. We've lost one. Who died? Who managed to die? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe one unit was already dead when we started the battle, or maybe one of the towers got their lightnings to hit one of our warp fire throwers, maybe? Either way. Ooh, the AI is doing kind of a smart thing here by putting the Daj's Hearth Blades behind the wall here, as it would obviously be difficult to attack and may not actually be possible. I'm going to speed this up a little bit as we move our mortars forward into better firing lines, which should happen in a few seconds. There we go. So that we can continue the bombardment. They are at half ammunition remaining, so they do still have a little bit of work ahead, but we are going to move the Doom Wheels in to enjoy themselves as well shortly. There we go, here comes the Warlock Engineer, and the bombardment begins once more. I can't wait to see how effective these guys are against just massive blobs of dwarfs as well. There we go, very, very nice, and knocking those units around, and you were standing on that barrier as well, or is that a monument? No, it's a pit, a barricade? What is this called? Yeah, barricade trap. Okay, it's trap, it's called trap. It is a barricade, but it is of type trap. And let's see, well, we got about 40% ammunition still remaining, so we got a lot more damage to do. Ooh, you guys should not be moving through that unit like that. That is not going to be pretty. And hey, even our warp lightnings can get the occasional shot in through the wall. Maybe what I should have done is move the warp lightnings closer so that they could try to fire better through the walls. But that's what we're actually going to do with our warp fire throwers in a few seconds. What we're trying to do right now is having our is having our range units not focus really on the melee units so much, but focus down all of these armored Cossars and regular Cossars, so that without enemy ranged units, our warp fire throwers can then move in and kill everything without any kind of reprisal. And I suppose the same thing is probably true for the Doom Wheels and our Chieftains as well. Don't want the range units firing at them, but we don't care nearly as much about the melee, simply because they're not nearly as threatening. Alright, and now still a few more volleys to do, so keep it up, mortars. But yeah, so obviously we could have played this a little bit more riskily and moved units in further and taken some damage, but the thing is, once again, Serena Catrin is right beside us. We could take this, get damaged, and then get sieged or attacked by her, and while we would win, who knows how much damage we take, and what if we took a plague at the same time then? Really not worth the risk in my opinion. I'd rather just do this systematically, maintain our HP, and keep control of this area. Screwing up and then losing Erengrad would also be kind of unfortunate. Alrighty, these armored cows are still alive, but looking to be in pretty bad shape, down to 700 troops now in terms of the enemy, though we are now nearly out of ammunition ourselves. So we're gonna have to start using other units rather than just the mortars. In fact, let's speed this up a little bit, and let's allow our mortars to deal with their ammunition. I think we've seen enough mortar bombardment. Let's watch some Doom Wheel action. There we go. We're going to charge lock in with his 2 Doom Wheels. He's going to fire at everything that isn't in front of him. Going to pop that brass orb down on the Dodge's Hearthguard together with an overcast Warp Lightning, and it's going to get them down to about 20% HP remaining. Otherwise, we're going to just ignore this unit of Zargard here. Mickey and Minnie can deal with that, while our Doom Wheels are just going to chase around all those armored Cossars and regular Cossars. The ranged units need to be the ones that die. I'm just enjoying the Doom Wheel work. Nice job exploding things. I do wish that they had had an animation where it would literally impale some small infantry units on those big impaley implements that they've got out front in the Doom Wheel. That's what they should be for, after all. Alrighty, and then just keep moving forward. It's not like the enemy can do anything about all this, and more importantly, as long as we keep moving forward, the enemy can't take advantage and actually take time to fire on our units. Up we go, charge lock, and then pop that Warp Lightning immediately, while the enemy can't escape because it's engaged, while the other 2 Doom Wheels continue working on those Cossars. In the meantime, Mickey and Minnie are also going to start moving into the settlement, and our Warp Fire Throwers have moved in as well. These 2 should be able to take care of units of Zargard just fine, especially as these guys have already been basically killed by Charge Lock's spell work. Looks like Mickey and Minnie might be taking a few shots from the enemy towers there, but I'm sure they'll be fine. And there we go, killing 2 or 3 of the enemy Zargard with every shot, or every swing of those arms. Hey, you only got 1 that time. Come on now, you can do better than that. There you go, exploding 2 at the same time now. Alrighty, and let's see what's going on back here. Looks like the enemy decided to charge in with their winged lancers. Not a good place to be, as they get stuck on the Doom Wheels and then immediately get hit by that Warp Lightning, and they're all basically dead already and down to 6 units. This was basically a full HP unit at that, or at least close to it. And oh man, the frickin' Doom Wheels just grinding them into the cliffside there. Ouch. And away we go. Huh, wait. I just want to see something here. So, this is a Warlock Engineer. This is just a regular Pump Rat. Wait. So these special Doom Wheels get fancy Warlock Engineers, where Ikit has just... I'm pretty sure Ikit's Pumpernickel is also just like a regular, possibly Clan Rat or Skaven Slave or whatever. Huh. I find that very interesting that these guys got the better model. I mean, I get that they got cool special Doom Wheels, but damn, come on now. Ikit at the very least deserves the fancier stuff. Although maybe being on Ikit's Doom Wheel, being the pump rat, is a pretty dangerous vocation. And everybody who tries just dies because he's always tinkering with stuff. Anyway, there we go. The Doom Wheels smashing into each other. The Doom Wheels have taken care of the most of the enemy, and it looks like the Buy Our Blood has activated. I do believe the battle is in fact ours, because Stalton doesn't need to be fought if he's already breaking, so we're just going to let Buy Our Blood lapse while he routes. Of course, we could have fought him, and I'm sure Mickey and Minnie would have destroyed him without too much trouble, but there's no real need here. And there we go. Decisive victory, and very much so. I do imagine a lot of the kills, or probably most of the kills, went to the mortars, but hopefully a decent amount went to charge lock as well. Well, let's find out. Alrighty, certainly not the most difficult battle, but with Serena Catherine really nearby, I was not gonna take any chances with taking casualties here. Now, obviously, we're gonna sack the place for a very nice amount of money, which we will use to get further buildings. And then immediately after building those buildings, we're going to occupy Erengrad as well. Probably a tier 5, because we want the harbor A, and B, we really don't want it to get taken from us. Ooh, that's a nice amount of Streltsy. Oh, that would be a fun fight for the for Thrott's army, though it remains quite hurt. Now, buildings. Yeah, okay, let's do buildings. Once again. And also to double check, is there anything here that we can withdraw money from? I guess Castle Templehof. Lorelorn Forest, not really. I mean, these places are all gonna start going negative shortly. Yeah, okay, and these ones don't generate money. Okay, next up, what do we got here? Finally. Yeah, Bell Foundry, it's pretty cheap, so is this. We do want to be able to build Hellpit Abominations out of Thrott's capital. Al-Haik, let's get you your walls, and let us get you that generator, though... How's that public order? I mean, it's okay. I still think I'd prefer the generator. Hopefully we can deal. Next up, Carrick Norn, you are good. Gristle Valley is not ours. River Brienne, Bordelot, yes. And how are we for completing this place? Not quite there yet. Just wondering whether we could switch to exploitative planning. Also, speaking of switching from various plannings, Sartosa, you're not generating troops anymore, therefore you can switch to expansionist planning. And so can Skaven Blight. Though I now am wondering... Well, actually, no. Okay, we're fine. Switch to expansionist planning. In 2 turns, we will be upgrading this, so there's a bunch of stuff, which is another reason why Mutant, I guess, needs to stay here, but, yeah. Alrighty, Reichland. Looks like you're pretty good. Eastern Badlands. Good. Walls everywhere. And Ekrund, about to get defended, hopefully. Let's get those walls up at Dragonhorn Mines. It looks like Bitterstone Mine will probably get taken over by the Orcs, since we won't have enough time to get those walls up and running. But oh well. Dragonhorn Mines, let us get a rubbish pit here. This place is going to be generating plenty of cash, and that's it. Oh wow, we actually have money left over. I'm shocked. And pleasantly so. And what do we get in Ekrund? I mean, we've been building Pestilent Knaves everywhere because they increase Plague Priest and Eshin Sorcerer capacities. But I'm a little bit tempted to get the Arsenal here as well, just so that we have one that's a little bit more forward. I mean, we do have... Well, then again, we have one at Black Crag. I suppose the question is whether we'll be keeping it at Black Crag. Assuming that we delete the Clan Armory here... Maybe we don't need the Arsenal there. Let's get one more Plague Abbey. It does also offer control, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine, and that's about as much money as this place is gonna generate, and we're looking good. Beautiful. I'm very shocked that we still had money remaining after all that. Now, let's double check diplomacy before we do anything else. Harbinger of Disaster, yada yada, Bone Rattlers. Oh, these guys no longer want a trade agreement. Okay, well then never mind. There goes that idea. Khemri, I'm almost tempted to peace out with them just so we don't get into a war with them unnecessarily while fighting with the dwarfs, but... Well, not peace out with them, but generally get an agreement going. Can't do the thing with Talakwa or Crooked Moon. Actually, just to double check, what was it again, Talakwa? 22k. No. Even with the money we have, I'm not willing to go that far. Alrighty, well, that looks like that's it. So it's time to now take Erengrad at tier 5. Ooh, wait. This. We could give chase to this little army, although I did want... You know what we could do? Instead of chasing it, we can do this. Take this stuff from this lord, like so, which means you can't move anymore. You can actually keep recruiting more Skaven saves. You know what? They basically cost nothing, so just do this. And then delete this lord, because he's costing us a ton of cash per turn. 2.5k, very nice. And then next turn, simply chase this little army around, kill it, and then delete yourself. There we go, that's how we do it. Alright. Is there anything else that we need to do before we take the Erengrad territory? Doesn't look like it. I really wish we could get that damn plague on from Obside. Ooh, although, I did want to check about another chieftain for Queek, temporarily or not. We got Sharp Teeth, Fleet-Footed, and okay, these are all terrible. Alright, let's get Fleet-Footed and then delete you. And then let's get Determined and then delete you too. Alrighty. That looks pretty good to me. Minus the fact that Queek still doesn't have a caster. Maybe we just temporarily put an Eshin Sorcerer in his army, but these guys are kind of terrible too. But I also don't want to waste 850 money on recruiting them and getting them back up and running. Oh wow, we're at 4 out of 3 on the Assassins too. I guess we can't be deleting them. Unlike these two that are in Plague Rolk's army. Once again, what is your abilities? Cunning and... Tough. Actually not so bad for fighty assassins, but I don't necessarily want them in this army unless we can go something like half Eshin or something along those lines. Also, do both of these guys have saboteurs? You have an Eshin Apprentice. Not like we're using, or Clan Skryre saboteurs. Yeah, see, this is why it's confusing. I keep thinking of them as Eshin saboteurs because we can only give them to Eshin. It's very strange. Alrighty, well, you stay in March stance and let's, or ambush stance rather, than hopefully take that. You charge luck, you're gonna grab Erengrad. And occupy it at tier 5. And that puts us back to green. Ooh, not yellow, beautiful. Blue and occupy. Very, very nice. We are at, what? 68. Okay, we're actually not so bad. And we can immediately start upgrading the Erengrad port. We could save a little bit of money by expansionist planning, but you know what? I feel like I'd rather save on the turn. It'll pay for itself. And we can start getting the basic stuff up and running. So Clay Pit, yes, definitely get the Warp Bomb. I'm tempted to get the Anti-Plague building here, at least temporarily. And just like we did in Hell Pit, because if these plagues keep happening, and we want to be able to not have them annoy us, then obviously we need the Arcane Generators here, we need the Taskmaster's Platform, and... Damn, the Rubbish Pit and the Scrap Heap would both be generating decent amounts of cash, but I feel like we have to have the Warp Turbine plant everywhere, so Warp Turbine plant it is. And I guess we can replace the Spelunking Holes with the Rubbish Pit later on. Does the Spelunking Holes actually increase the money it generates when it upgrades? No. So it's the same amount of money no matter what level, basically, for that one. And it's not that much. Hopefully not a big deal. Alrighty, and oh, we don't have any other special... Well, yeah, it is a special port. Also, speaking of special port, we're at now 44k. Yeah, we're gonna really need that cash, and I suppose possibly next turn we'll get another army up and running. Either at Hearn or Norn or Ziflin. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Hopefully we don't need them, but we'll see. Hero not moved. I think we did all those. Let's end the turn. Outpost available where? Clan Ferric. No, we don't need that outpost. Outpost upgrade available. Death Gorge. Oh, right. Yeah, you know what? Let's assume, or let's hope that you survive. I'll be willing to pay that 4,000 in gold. Maybe we'll get some Skull Crushers or something good out of your stuff before Khemri kills you. Though honestly, if he gets down to one settlement and we take the rest, that would be just fine by me, honestly. Alright, with that, we can end the turn, finally. Unless I'm forgetting something. Ooh! Nah, we can't get any exile stuff in Queek's army. I was just wondering, maybe we could get some Chaos Warriors if we wanted to... We don't have access to Chosen, I assume. Just out of curiosity. And we still don't have access to any of the good units, well, other than Giants, on the Beastmen roster. Disciples of the Maw, still meh. Fecondites, yeah, we could just get basic Chaos Warriors, which are basically equivalent. Huh. Actually, just out of curiosity, 39-47 versus 52-44, but this is with upgrades and with veterancy. All things considered, the fact that the Chaos Warriors they're pretty good compared to Stormfront. They even have more leadership, though they are considerably slower. I'm just thinking about the fact that they're cheaper, and I'm wondering now whether it would be worth it just to get a bunch of Chaos Warriors rather than Clan Rats in Queek's army. I'll think about it. I'd prefer Chaos Warriors of Khorne, just the most vicious of them all. For Queek, of course. Alrighty, well, either way, let's end the turn, and if we're going to get attacked, it might happen where? Where could we possibly get attacked right now? Where we have an ambush setup, which is here. So that's where we'll look. Alrighty. Oh, we're actually basically out of time. Ah, well, whatever. Alrighty, well, at the very least, we'll maybe find out if we can confederate. We did put a little bit of effort into that, after all. Alright, trade gain muster. High Queen Khalida, what you want? You want military acts? Oh, 27 for trade agreement. Huh, how much is she willing to give us for military access? I'm willing to bet that this is gonna stay up, so... I mean, we could just not betray her for a while and destroy everything else and get back to Khalida. Honestly, if she just remains weak with like a couple settlements, maybe we have access to Tomb King units via her. Not that we really need any of them, mind you, but a couple Hyro Titans wouldn't necessarily go amiss. Yeah, fine, fine. We'll do the military access for now. If she starts expanding, then it wouldn't be so good. Ah, damn, no ambush succeeded. Oh well. Shadow Legion, Warherd, anybody here potentially going to attack us? Doesn't look like it. No, we're good. Alrighty, ooh, hello, what do we have here? Shaif, overseers noticed that the Skaven slaves have recently been less productive. An investigation reveals that they are avoiding certain shortcuts because of ominous noises from the depths. Dispatched to investigate, your lord returns with news of an abandoned laboratory. Inside there was a single artifact, a box producing very unsettling noises indeed. Box of eerie noises. Attacks cause discouraged effect, and causes fear and causes terror. I mean, that's okay. I wouldn't put it on a Lord over Scalm or even a Potion of Toughness, probably. Nah, destroy the demon gives us control for +2 for all provinces. We get a little bit of treasury, or we can investigate the box and get a +50% research rate for 10 turns. Gonna have to go with the research rate. Our Warlock engineers should pick it apart and find out how it works. And also, yeah, I don't want the negative loyalty. We've had enough of that. And there we go. And Ambusher discovered Serena Catrin. Okay, she didn't attack us. Sacrificed to Mathlands. Settlement besieged Sudenburg. By what? Ambush foiled. Plague roll. Decadent host begins construction. Ambusher discovered. Somebody's ready for duty. Somebody else is ready for duty. Hey, a new Undercity in the Shard Bastion. Cult of Sigmar destroyed. Oh, they sieged it and then died to attrition, probably. And the extra lord. That's kind of funny. Okay. Okay, well then, it looks like we're set up for next episode. These guys still unwilling to peace out unless we're willing to give them a ton of money, so I guess we will be sending Shaif to deal with them and show them their ways. Next time, ooh, you could get an ambush going. Let's just find out. Either you'll run. Come on, ambush, ambush. Nah. And no dice. And I assume you can't reach this army now. Oh well. Hey, and you're in channeling stance too, how dare you. we want a channeling stance on several lords. Anyway, as I said, we're out of time, and I'm gonna have to call the episode here next time. We have 4 turns remaining. We might attack the forces inside Karazakrak, but now I'm thinking once again, if the dwarfs are gonna spawn here and there's full stacks, maybe we just leave them to fight it out amongst themselves. Either way, Thurot is going to probably... Can he reach Prague? He can reach Prague, so we might take Prague. At the very least, we'll sack well, 7k, maybe. We should probably take Prague, and that'll be another location to hold. Maybe Charge Lock will attack Serena Katrin here. Could be a decent time, though she has a pretty good army for facing off against him as well. But it is the most important place. I really want to be careful about avoiding getting any of these plagues here, though, so we're going to have to play around that, essentially. Metabel is also ready to go, so we'll have to choose between having him take Wolfenburg or having him start moving south to A, meet with Cyprus, and possibly to start setting up defenses. But yeah, definitely a battle against the Kislophites next turn, or next episode possibly too, and then maybe against the Orcs as well, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.